How can you make peace with your own appearance and start to love yourself more? If you are trying to change your appearance using the law of attraction, or if you're just trying to engage in more self-love and self-kindness, this video is for you. I talk about my own experiences here, but also some other experiences that I've seen around me, and I hope that together at the end of this video, we can learn how to just let go of our insecurities, like this sticky out bit of hair that I'm focusing on, and just love ourselves. And I know it's not so easy, and this is something I've struggled with for years, but I'm getting there, and I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm finally seeing results of change when I finally learned to accept myself, and I just can't wait to share this with you. So let's talk about this today. Whether you're a man, woman, non-binary, I don't care. It's not about, just talking to girls about their insecurities. I want this video to resonate with anybody that has an insecurity about their appearance, which I would like to say is probably 100% of this world's population. We all have an insecurity about our appearance, even the most confident of people. So let's get into it. Let's start accepting and loving ourselves. Let's get straight into the video. So if you are into content all about law of attraction, manifesting, self-development, even if you're not into all the spiritual stuff, if you just like stuff about productivity and being the best version of yourself, then give this channel a subscribe, because it is my goal in 2021 to make sure that as many people as I can reach know that life doesn't have to suck, and you can help me on my mission by subscribing, but also liking this video, because it lets more people know that I am a channel of value. So I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, let's get into the topic. I usually have a nice cup of tea or coffee with me so we can both have a spiritual chat, but today I just have my water, and that is because I've just done my lipstick, and I was actually going to do this video with no makeup on just to show you the confidence I've built up, but I've realised two things. One, I've been feeling quite unmotivated recently, and this is a little sidetrack I want to make, so skip past this if you're not interested, but I want to show you how I got back into motivation. And I realised that my schedule has been off. So usually what I used to do, because I work from home, I have the liberty of waking up early, getting everything done, doing my makeup, and then filming, and then, actually getting on with my day job. But what happened recently, after my holiday to Portugal, my schedule got very scattered because I managed to film extra early in advance before my holiday, and then when I came back I just didn't really manage to fit my usual schedule in, and then I managed to also get myself into a work meeting that started earlier than my other ones, so my whole morning schedule was tipped off, and I wasn't managing to meditate, read, relax, and have a slow morning. I love a slow morning because I'm not a morning person. So basically what happened was my YouTube schedule was at risk out of sheer lack of motivation, and I was also going through a bit of what am I doing with my life, existential crisis drama. I don't know why, I've just been feeling quite down. I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde, or if it's just me, or it's just the fact that we all go through things like this, and I want to be candid with you as a mindset coach, but also as somebody who gives out spiritual advice on YouTube, that we all go through it. And there's no shame. There is no I have no shame in telling you that. The last few weeks I've been struggling. I've barely been uploading on TikTok, and somebody even noticed. It was so nice to see somebody actually say, "Where have you been? I've missed you." And that made me feel good, So I'm back. And the reason why I have makeup on is because putting on a face for the day makes me feel really motivated. It makes me feel like I was going back to the office. Not that I want to go back to the office, but back when I used to work in an office 5 days a week with my job, I would feel so much more motivated because I put on my work face and I put on work clothes, and this is obviously not work clothing, but I feel better with it on. I feel more motivated. I feel more ready to go. So that's why I'm not doing this as a fresh face video, but I've done enough videos on YouTube and IGTV with no makeup on, so So how did I get to this level of confidence to finally start doing videos with no makeup on? But one of the biggest things I want to talk to you about is my insecurity, which is my nose. And it's funny because on camera, my nose looks a bit crooked, which it's actually not. It's my nose tan that I keep getting off my sunglasses. And I think maybe it's the way my sunglasses sit on my face or whatever, or while I'm reading, or when I keep going like this while sunbathing. It basically creates this strange sort of shape of nose tan, and it actually makes my nose look worse on camera. And that's funny because it's not been bothering me at all since I've sort of started making videos. I've just made peace with it. one of the biggest things that allowed me to make peace with my appearance is definitely getting myself on camera and just talking to the camera and uploading videos that I know could potentially be viewed by anyone in this world, right? It could be viewed by millions of people in terms of potential. And that used to frighten me a long time ago. One of the biggest reasons why I never started YouTube is because I didn't think I had the professional setup to start YouTube, but also I was worried that I'd always have to be taking care of my appearance and looking my best for camera. And I realized that that's just not true. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm doing these videos just in my room with like comfortable clothing on. Like very rarely do I do them before a night out, and you'll know the ones where I do. But it just doesn't matter. Like the purpose I'm doing the video for is just so much more important. To give you a message, to help people improve their lives is so much more important than my appearance. And from that, my appearance has become much more normal to me because I keep watching it back when I'm editing. But I know that not all of you are out here making video content, so I want to share other ways in how I've managed to just accept myself, and especially my nose. My nose was one of my biggest insecurities growing up. I did a little Instagram live the other day on this, but basically explain the story of the fact that growing up I really disliked my nose. I thought it was huge. I don't really like this bump on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see because obviously I've got makeup on and contour, but there's just so many times where like my nose has been the thing that makes me really upset about my appearance. Growing up, I straight up used to think I was the ugly duckling. Like I thought I was the ugliest person at school. I really struggled with my appearance my whole upbringing. Like I really thought I was ugly, but on top of that, I've always sort of had issues around my body image. I've always found myself just really large, and I'm still working on that. So today's video is very much about how I've come so far with my appearance overall, especially my face. But I just want to let you know that I grew up literally believing I was ugly. There was not a single day in maybe what you guys would call high school around the world, but secondary school here, where I thought I was good looking. Like I really struggled. Like I would just look at myself and be like, you're so ugly. Like I really dislike you. And this continued. Like I lost loads of weight at university, got really fit and like active at the gym, and I had everything I wanted. You know, I had the raised cheekbones from losing so much fat on my face, and I was just really thin, and I still was not happy. Like, in fact, I look back at that time in my life and I shudder because I was so depressed. That was some of the depths of darkness in my life. So it just goes to show you could achieve all your weight and beauty goals and not be happy. I just want to remind you a million times that I was not happy at my skinniest or my most prettiest. I definitely look back and think I did not look very pretty then because I didn't have a smile on my face. I wasn't happy. I didn't recognize how beautiful I was. And I look back and I think I used to criticize myself so much back then, even when I had everything I wanted, like now, if you see what I mean, as in if I could go back to that weight and whatnot. And the main thing I've learned is that you can achieve all your goals in life, whether that's appearance or whether that's things you're trying to manifest, like the dream car, the dream house, the dream partner, but you are not going to be happy. Happiness, and I know you're sick of hearing this, happiness comes from within, and it comes now, today, right this second, not on Monday, not next week, not next month, not next year. You know, it's not a New Year's resolution to be happy. You have to be happy today and right now. Like while watching this video, you need to commit that none of this is going to make me happy, because you will achieve it one day through struggle. It's going to take way longer than it should because you're not happy. This is if you're not happy, you know, that's the condition. But when you're happy, these things come as a supplement to your life, but you're already so happy. Your cup is so full from your internal validation and love and excitement and happiness to just be alive and be here, that the rest, you know, they come and go. Like you start to achieve everything you want, but it's not the end all and be all. And that's what's so amazing about filling your own cup. That's what's so amazing about validating yourself. That's what's so amazing about loving yourself. I've noticed that I have gotten happier looking. I look at my photos from when I was my skinniest, and I look at the photos now. I'm so much more of a warmer, happier person. I'm much more of an inviting and calmer person just from my appearance. And if I put the two side by side and I had to think about which one of these people would I approach and actually want to be friends with or know or even date, I would pick the person I am today, even though I am way heavier and also not what I used to look like back then, and I don't have the lifestyle I did back then. I'm not as exciting, I don't party as much, I'm a bit more boring. I would still pick me today. And that's come from self-love. Can you see the smile on my face? That doesn't come from lying to you guys. So How did I do it, and what do I want to talk to you about? So I want to really expand on the fact one more time of you could have everything in this world and not be happy with yourself. I want to speak to you about none other than Khloe Kardashian. Woo! So can I just say, I'm disclaimer, I grew up with the Kardashians. I do really like them. I've gone off them a lot recently and their show, but Khloe has a strange, weird place in my heart just for being the one that clearly struggled with a lot of body image issues, but comparison against her sisters. And now Khloe Kardashian earlier this year had a photo leaked of her in a bikini at a family get-together. I would just like to say that I think she looks great. So I sent this photo off to my friend, my good friend Nicole Cherry, who's also a coach actually. Check her out on Chat with Cherry on Instagram. So she and I have been discussing Khloe Kardashian for a while because, well, you know, we just like the Kardashians, but a long time ago, I think about 2 years ago, she put a hugely overly edited photo of her, and then people started to put up a picture of her testimonial, you know, her screen where they like zoom in on them and they talk about their feelings on Keeping Up with the Kardashians against the photo that was heavily edited, and it looked like two different people. And we were like, why does she even bother? Because she looks amazing in the live action version of herself with no filter. She looks unreal. So me and my friend were like, she looks great. And then this photo surfaced about a month or two ago. It was all 2021, and she was absolutely upset about it. And then I saw loads of people on Twitter being like, I do not feel bad for Khloe because her family have set these unrealistic beauty standards. And I thought, let's unpack this a little bit. Whether you're a fan of the Kardashians or not, let's unpack this. The Kardashians are undoubtedly the 21st century's, I'd say 2015 onwards, beauty standard. And I agree that they have set these beauty standards and they very much live up to them and they edit their photos. However, I have great sympathy for Khloe. And whether you like that or not, it's different. Think about this. She's almost, I'd like to say 40. She's heading 40. She's in her 30s. And age is important here because she's had a fair amount of time on this earth to learn lessons about her appearance and loving herself. She has a baby. She has, you know, a very glamorous life that people would give an arm and a leg for. Like, people are in credit card debt to live the Kardashian life. She lives in LA. She has the most, you know, glamorous friends. She has all the best wardrobe that money could buy. You know, she has every single handbag under the sun and designers wanting to work with her. She does photo shoots. She has the dream life of literally just being a reality TV star. It's not a dream life for everyone. I'm just saying this is a dream life for many. And, you know, it's not that she has an easy life, but she has, like, everything that people would want. I'm almost at 10. Let's say 10 is she has the looks that so many people would desire, right? She has everything that people are striving and working hard for in one way or another, right? You might not want to be a reality TV star, but you might want to live the comfort of her life. People are literally dying to be her, and she's still not happy. She is petty enough, and I want to use the word petty here because I don't have a better word. Comment below if you have a better word. She's petty enough to sue somebody because they found a photo of her looking actually pretty good in her bikini. You know, I know it was leaked against her consent, but at the same time, it's a photo of her. What's the big deal? Like, if people see you without all the lighting and filters and editing, what is the big deal? And I understand that there's business deals behind her looking the way she does, and, you know, she's built her own empire on this, but can I just say, like, if I had everything I could possibly desire in terms of this lifestyle that Khloe has, surely I would and others would be happy. And I put that in quote marks because we're going to get into this. By standards of society, Khloe Kardashian should be the happiest woman in the world with the amount of wealth that she has, with the looks that she has, with the social media following that she has, and just the lifestyle she has. But is she? No. Does a happy person sue someone for a picture out there where they don't look so flattering? The answer is no. Whether you're a Kardashian fan or not, you can see that this woman is clearly not at her happiest, not at her most high vibrational. So how can we deal with this as subscribers of Temple of Sunshine? Like, how can we deal with this as people watching this video in our own lives? So what I said to my friend was, I'm really proud of me and you, me and my friend. I said, I'm really proud of us. We are in our mid-20s, so we're way younger than Khloe, and we've had much less life experience. It's not about age, it's about life experience in terms of years being on this earth. And we aren't a mum yet, you know, we aren't in the public position that she is, but we're so much happier with ourselves. We don't have half of what she has. We don't even have a smidgen of her wealth. We don't have a smidgen of her lifestyle. We don't even own homes yet, me and my friend. But we are so enamored and excited to be who we are. Sometimes I have a good think about somebody I really, really admire. And these are people who I really admire, right? And I think about it and I ask myself, would you swap your life with her? And the answer is always no. Because I realise that as much as their achievements are amazing or what they've done is amazing, and they might be like, you know, someone I seriously look up to, but at the same time, if somebody offered me tomorrow a free switch, like Freaky Friday, just switch and become them, I would say no, because I would be missing out on being myself. And that's such an exciting thing. And I said to my friend that we've got to this place of self-acceptance and self-love that even if we don't love everything about ourselves, we're actually doing pretty well, like mentally. We're doing better than Khloe Kardashian mentally. And for some of you watching this video who don't really take the Kardashians seriously, that might not mean anything to you, but can I just say, she's one of the people, undoubtedly, whether you like them or not, people really look up to, because she is a Kardashian. And in society standards, sometimes that can get you down. Now, I don't look up to the Kardashians in a way of wanting their life, but I definitely think that they are an entertaining family that I watch on TV. However, when I compare it to myself, where I am mentally in my headspace with not even a quarter or, like I said, a smidgen of the wealth and the looks, the lifestyle that they have, and I'm so happy with what I have, I'm so content with what I have, and same with my friend Nicole. We're just so okay with ourselves the way we are. I just think is so amazing. And I know that I've waffled so much, I've got onto so many tangents, but here we are. How do you start to accept this big nose that you dislike, or this belly that you're carrying that you dislike? These are my insecurities, my arms, so many things, and I'm pointing them out, and I'm learning to be proud of them. So number one, acceptance is the key. I know a lot of people jump into self-love. Self-love is there when you're ready for it, but acceptance is key. And what I was doing for most of my life is trying to get to self-love without self-acceptance. I was trying to be here when I hadn't even got to this stage here. I hadn't even learned to ride my bicycle with the stabilizer wheels on, but I was ready to start biking away on like a mountain bike. It was my problem. So first things first is to accept that this is my nose and this is what it looks like, or this is my belly, or these are my arms and this is what it looks like. This is my square face and this is what it looks like. And just accepting. Then my good friend Nicole, and I've learned a lot of this from her, really believes in the power of affirmation when you look in the mirror. I struggled with this for a long time, but I'm getting better at this. What she does is every single day, doesn't matter how bloated she is, doesn't matter what she feels about herself, whether she's feeling really sexy that day or not, she looks at the mirror every single day. She has no shame. She does it in front of her boyfriend, which hats off to her. I couldn't do this in front of my boyfriend. She looks at herself in the mirror and she's like, you're sexy, you look amazing, you're gorgeous. Just showering herself in compliments. What I've done is start with my face, which is an easier one because I struggle with my body. And I've started to say, whenever I'm washing my hands after visiting the bathroom, or whenever I catch myself in the mirror throughout the day, I just give myself a compliment. Your lips look really good. Your eyes are gorgeous. Your hair looks wonderful today. Just being nice to myself. And I've spoken about this before in a previous video. I don't remember which one. But I start to take the tone of voice that my boyfriend takes with me, which is a soft, loving, kind, and also just one that sees no wrong in me. And I use that tone of voice because I find that, you know, doing it through the voice of someone who loves us and loves us unconditionally really helps, because we don't speak to ourselves like that. We speak to ourselves with a very critical voice. Probably even the parents you had growing up with the critical sort of voice that they may have had. That's the voice that we speak to ourselves in, and it's usually quite harsh, and it usually is like, you could be doing better. But what I want you to do is use the voice of someone you have met who sees you as just pure amazingness. And this might be a parent, you know, if you have a parent that spoke to you that nicely, then great. But this could be a friend, this could be a partner, or just imagine what your higher self would speak to you like. Speak to yourself like that and look at yourself in the mirror, and every day make a point of you're gorgeous, you're amazing, and throw it out there. Put some really crazy things out there, like you're the most beautiful person in the world, all the way down to, hey, I think you look really nice today and your eyes look good and they're popping and your eyebrows look really lovely. How did you manage to do that? Talk to yourself like a friend. that really helps. The third thing for me is learning to accept that the universe created me perfectly. They say nobody's perfect, and I so strongly disagree with this statement. I believe we are all perfect the way we were created by this universe. We all have things we could improve on. You know, some of us have toxic traits we could improve on. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go ahead and improve those because you are perfect, but you are perfect the way you were made physically. You are a soul, you're a spiritual being in this physical body, this shell. It is a blessing to be given an able body like this where you can do things. So first things first, you should just be grateful that your body is physically able. You know, you have 5 senses, you can work, you can hug, you can chat to people, you can watch things, you know. But on top of that, just remember that you were given this body for a reason, from a spiritual perspective, from such a bigger picture, beyond your fat rolls, beyond your small lips, beyond your big nose, you know, that you perceive as that. Most people probably don't even see that in you. But the biggest thing is you were given this body for a reason. Why was it your soul that was chosen to be given this body? Because you had a journey to live in this body. And I really learned to just accept that about myself, that I have this body and I'm going to take it all around the world, and I'm going to expand my business and achieve all my goals and, you know, be with the partner that I am, all in this body. And I was given this body for a reason. It's the exact color, exact shape, exact look that it is for a reason, you know? And I can just honor that because I trust the universe so much. I trust the universe more than anything, eyes closed. And you should, as a spiritual person, trust the universe. So if I trust the universe so much with everything, I trust that the universe gave me this body for a reason, gave me this face for a reason. I'm perfectly made the way that I am. The universe intended me to look the way I am, and I am that way. And in the modern world, I can change that with exercise, surgery, or even manifesting a change in my appearance. But that's different. I should just respect what I've been given in the first place. So that's been nice, accepting that fact. Now, the final point for me was taught to me by my good friend and also my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend. She taught me this before going on a spa day with my boyfriend's family, where I was nervous to get in my swimsuit for no reason other than the fact that it was all in my head. And I was insecure about showing off my body in this swimsuit. She said to me that all our insecurities are magnified in our head. When we walk out onto the street, it's not like there's a huge spotlight on something we dislike about ourselves. For example, our acne or our double chin. It's not that other people immediately go and look at the thing that you're insecure about, right? It's all in our head. She was like to me that nobody's going to be thinking about your arms. Literally, it's all in our head. When I step out in the swimsuit and I'm like, oh, my arms look really big, no one else is thinking that. And if they are, it's probably a passing or fleeting moment. They're not focusing on it like the way that I am. They're not thinking about it as much as I think they are. You know, I'm not that important, but also nobody else cares. If I saw someone walk past with, let's say, jiggly arms, I don't think I'd even look. I don't think I'd even think of it that way. But when it comes to myself, I just imagine that when I'm on holiday and I'm in a bikini and I'm walking to the pool from my sun lounger, everybody is looking at my belly. But that's not the case. And I want you to learn this because it's really freeing. It's really, really freeing when you realize that no one cares. And if they do care, they're probably going to care about it for a second and move on with their life and not even remember. And most people, you know, won't even notice because our insecurities are much more magnified in our heads than they actually are in anybody else's life or vision. And this fact really set me free. So I'm really thankful for being taught all these things by my good friends, but also learning over time just to accept my nose. It is the way it is, and I love myself. You'll see now that, and you might not notice, but in a lot of my thumbnails, I'm just smiling. Back in the day, I would never smile in photos. I'd always pout. Fancied myself as like a mini Victoria Beckham. And now I fully smile, but I notice that it makes my nose expand in like a lot of my photos. And all of my thumbnails, I'll go straight to my nose. My vision will go straight to my nose. And I've just been so relaxed and easy about it. I'm like, yes, my nose looks like that. That's what I look like. I'm proud of myself. The universe made me that way. And this thumbnail is more important about getting my, you know, lessons across to the world to help them rather than my appearance. And you just learn that there's things just so much more important and bigger than your nose or your belly. You also find someone who totally loves you for exactly who you are. and that's just that. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I know we spent a lot of today speaking about Khloe Kardashian, but I hope that really honed in the idea that you can have everything in this world, not be happy. So it comes from within. It has to come from within. Go to the mirror now and tell yourself how great you look today, because who else is going to do it, you know? Self-love. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe. I know it was a long one, but thank you for making it here. I love you so much, and see you in the next upload.